Welcome to another episode of Claudian Rhythm.
Amazing.
What's up?
It is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Another day, another dollar. Another dollar down a drain.
I guess so. Inflation is ever rising. How you been feeling tired lately?
Yeah, man. Just been
Tired.
doing all this shit. Doing stuff.
Making me
Me tired.
a sleepy boy. You don't feel energized?
Yeah. But I still be tired.
That's interesting. Like, cause you get physically tired. It's nap time when you're busy.
Yeah.
The only thing I could compare that to is back when I used to work like 12-hour shifts at the pizza joint. I never got that kind of tired. Even when I get home, like I'll hit a workout.
It's wild.
And that would be like either sometimes no food until dinner time. Or it'll be like a meal in the middle of the day and then dinner time.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that was partly because it was just a physical job and just adrenaline and the activity kept me going. And if that'd be different if my work was more mental, or if that's just how I'm built.
Yeah. I don't know. Hard to say the difference because I haven't really had like super physical jobs. Yeah, the closest probably in the arcade, moving around. It was semi physical, but not too much, especially on like most days when it wasn't that busy. But yeah, I've always felt like I always needed a good nap in the middle of the day, and I think even when I was younger, I used to get tired pretty quickly in a classroom or whatever, getting getting that slump.
Yeah, I get that slump. I got that slump a lot. I slept through. That's how I felt my one math class. In ninth grade, it was an honors math class. I just hated it. Honestly, I didn't apply myself.
Yeah,
I was just sleeping through it
I
for the
never
most
slept
part.
through a class, but I was just like be nodding off here and there.
And it's probably just me not being a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those classes, those early classes, I was just like napping as much as I can. I
Yeah.
think we talked about hitting that slump at work, and for me, I've noticed it's kind of I don't know. I wonder if that was also part of being vitamin D deficient.
Mm.
I'm not experiencing it as much.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, when I was taking my vitamin D pills, I don't remember feeling particularly any different really. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember feeling too different, but I have terrible memory anyway. So
did you get your blood work done? It's been a minute, right?
yeah, probably been what probably over a year now. Yeah, probably go back through there.
They recommend like every 6 months, I think.
God, that's wild.
It's wild when they were pretty much trying to chain me in.
Mm.
I was like, man,
Yeah.
relax. I don't got that type of insurance. Like, just cover shit, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
$200 just to
yeah.
get my blood drawn, and then plus I got to pay on that, and then I got to come in again
Mm-hmm.
so you could tell me the test.
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro.
And same, I got annoyed for that too because my insurance is decent, I guess, but it didn't really cover everything. And what was really frustrating about it is that I didn't get the bill until like months later, so I wasn't even sure what it was for exactly. So I'm like, what?
And then call them up.
Uh huh. But then the damn system is automated. It just be going, ooh, going to one automated call to another. I'm just like, man, I'm done with the doctor. And then for me too, I didn't even have like much wrong.
Yeah.
I had like slightly lower vitamin D levels, and like there was one other thing. What was it? They gave me a pill for some. Oh, my
Didn't you had
thyroid.
yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, the hyperthyroid or hypothyroid or whatever. Yeah, that was the other thing I was concerned about, thyroid. But I mean, it is what it is.
That's how I am with the cholesterol shit.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I feel like I don't even know. I don't know why I would be at risk. Like compared to everybody else I know, I'm not eating crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I kind of wonder it's just like a genetic predisposition.
Yeah, there's so much stuff with the cholesterol stuff, man. I need to watch some more stuff on it, but I think I told you last time that that dude, no lab coat required. He had some interesting videos, some good videos talking about cholesterol and how a lot of that stuff works. Um, I remember like I got to look more into it, but apparently a lot of the stuff like high cholesterol is not really a thing. It's more so about like the what do you call it? I forget what it's called, but basically the carrier, the thing that the carries the cholesterol, and depends on like what what is the essentially basically what is the bandwidth, as I understand,
Hmm.
that you're having, because there's one that carries the cholesterol to places and one that bring carries it away or something like that. And certain foods can change those elements. Um, I don't know. It was very interesting, but very detailed, very specific.
That's cool. I gotta see what exactly that's about.
Yeah.
Cause I know it's just as they, from my understanding, measure it is by the components in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
I just assume that some is just higher proportions than what is deemed healthy on average.
Yeah. There was like some weirdness with it.
I gotta see about that. Something that's probably been giving a lot of people high blood pressure is what's been going on with Trump and Iran. Have you been paying attention to today, especially?
I heard a little bit. I saw the headlines on that. I didn't even get to look on it. I was moving grooving today, but
Yeah, early in the morning, he pretty much threatened genocide,
mm,
like uh, to wipe the whole nation, to erase the civilization,
goodness, man,
um,
ridiculous.
threatening to attack their public roads and power infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
You have people sort of trying to softball it, like, nah, it's just Trump, he's exaggerating,
Mm.
or indicating that it's just the power plants and roads, it's not, and
Fucking
their bridges, it's
ridiculous,
not that bad.
man.
Either way, it's a um, complete breakdown of Geneva Conventions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a bold faced war crime declaration. So he had all that going on, but then and he set a 8 p.m. deadline
Mm.
today. If they don't come to the table, if they don't open up, specifically, if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, then they're gone.
Mm.
7 p.m. ceasefire. He pretty much seemed to settle, or he became willing to work upon a peace plan with them.
Mm.
Now the funny shit is, Iran has been offering this peace plan, the same 10
Same
points
damn
of
thing.
this peace plan for weeks now. I think they formally mentioned it on like Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And the peace plan, the points that he finds workable, like this 2 week ceasefire to work upon it because he sees potential in it.
Mm.
It will leave them in a better position than they were in before. It will leave them in a better position than they were in with the Obama nuclear deal.
Mm-hmm.
Notably, you have the easing off of all sanctions, because we of course had them sanctioned for
Mm-hmm.
who knows how long, um, allowing them to enrich uranium, which isn't a bad thing. Everyone should be allowed to enrich uranium.
Mm.
It only becomes a problem once you get past a certain point, and it can be used in nuclear weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're going to pretty much tax the Strait of Hormuz now, which used to be free. I forgot. I think there might have been something else. Let me see if I have my notes.
Apparently, they can still basically choose who they let through. They're
Yeah,
not really opening it up.
you have to work with their military to go through, and
Hmm.
they'll put a little tax on you. You know, these are waters. They proved that, even though technically I think they share it with Oman.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, those are the main points. Well, the funny thing is, this is supposed to be a complete ceasefire while they work on it.
Hmm.
I'm seeing people saying they still firing out missiles.
Yeah. Who
uh,
the?
Iran
Mm.
on Israel and some Gulf nations,
Hmm. That's
which
hilarious,
makes
man.
sense given their mosaic defense. Like I'm
Hmm.
sure a decentralized power is going to be harder to stop and start. You can't just
Yeah.
freeze it on the dime.
Yeah. Saying another war lost. America, but that's what's so crazy too. I was really thinking about that the other day. Is like for all the big army, big military spending, all that stuff that America is known for. America has not won a war since like World War II, and that should really get you thinking about certain things here. And then another thing that was interesting is that I think this has come at the either today or this week or something like that was going to be when the last oil tankers actually got to shore since before the war
Mm,
happened.
okay.
So they were like, if this war, if this isn't figured out by like next month, then we really gonna start feeling it here.
Somewhat. So the biggest thing is that we are one of the largest oil producers,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we get most of our oil from Canada and Mexico.
Mm.
Technically, we're not at risk of shortages in America.
Mm.
It's mostly Asian countries and the Gulf nations won't be able to send out a large portion of their oil, although some of them have different land-based oil lines.
Mm-hmm.
But what that does mean is that it's just economic shockwaves.
Yeah.
Because if people like the Philippines and Japan,
Mm-hmm.
if their whole infrastructure comes to a screeching halt because they don't have energy anymore,
Mm-hmm.
or they can't they're part of the cogs in the machine that feeds the
Yeah.
consumerist nation of America.
Yeah.
Um, these are we don't have manufacturing here, we have it over there. So if
Mm-hmm.
they can't make anything, then we can't consume and we can't make anything. Then it's like
Yeah.
that's where the noose tightens.
Yeah.
And of course, if these Gulf nations can't sell a majority of their oil, then that means less money in their hands, which means
Mm-hmm.
less money coming back to our economy,
Mm-hmm.
which means less trade happening in U.S. dollar because
Mm-hmm.
they are consigned,
Petrodollar.
yes, to trade in the U.S. dollar. That means our dollar becomes like what it actually back is
Mm-mm.
to. you know,
Already a bunch of house of cards, man.
yeah, less confidence in it.
Yeah, I was looking around at a lot of different things. There's this saw this video about talking about how in Nigeria they they can't really get dollars very easily, and so they have like a whole alternative system set up to where people have to like do all sorts of trading and different things in order to get the dollar. But they also have like a whole system set up with China in terms of selling technologies direct to consumer essentially. And most businesses, like most small businesses, can't get loans from the state,
Mm.
uh, and so they have all these other things that hoops they have to jump through essentially to do their business and stuff like that. I was looking at this other dude. He was actually traveling in Iran. I think probably like a month or two before the whole war started. He's a black dude too, and that was just interesting to see. Really, really beautiful country too. But yeah, it's just so interesting how all this stuff. Oh, that's another thing I was getting to is that there's a shift happening from the petrodollar and the petrostate to what folks are calling the electrostate, and or the electrodollar, or like the electro-yuan, because China is like the main producer of a lot of electric goods, electric energy and things like that. And so this is like really, really speeding up their side of things, and it's getting to a point where like has this is inadvertently speeding up the shift to renewable energy in a lot of places, which is like just wild to think.
I saw that France, their prime minister, I think he sold all his bonds in the
Oh yeah,
U.S.
and the gold, right?
Yes,
So the gold, and they made like a $13 billion profit.
that's just that is not good.
Uh-huh.
Like, if a major European country is like fuck America,
Mm-hmm.
they eventually just not going to be America anymore.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, good riddance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it really makes no sense. But something I wanted to we can probably, I don't know if we want to pick this up later, but something I wanted to get into as well is kind of pitching to you some ideas I have for like what would alternative systems look like,
Okay.
because I like how you're able to critique things and things like that as well. I think that'll be interesting to do as well during these podcasts. But um, was there any other the geopolitics you wanted to cover before we get in that?
Nah, it looks like you're just gonna see how things go. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is the latest news as of
Yeah,
the last 2 hours or so.
yeah. Goddamn,
Oh,
mess.
and I guess we could tell we can. Apparently, China was part of was part of the deal, part of assuring that Iran's
Mm-hmm.
like ensuring confidence in that. What's the specific wording I want to use here?
And the deal's gonna stick.
Yeah, they're backing it.
Mm-hmm.
They're representing them even in the UN uh, to make sure that things flow smoothly. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. Apparently, Pakistan is also involved somehow,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. Like they're like the middle piece between Iran and United States.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
didn't.
see more about how that came about.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big they were. Like they're
Yeah.
the fifth most populous country
Oh.
in the world. They got
Okay.
like 250 million people.
Okay.
I did not realize how how big it was. Um, but yeah, it's because they use so much oil as well, so they have a vested interest in
And
trying
they
to figure all
also
that stuff
actually have
out.
nuclear weapons.
Mm. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Let me make sure. Let me double check that.
Yeah,
Pakistan
and then the
nuclear weapons.
China has been like,
Yeah, approximately 170 warheads.
wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, China has been really
Inshallah.
going wild. I mean, as we know, for the last couple of decades, really, but especially the last like 2 decades, where they've been reaching out to a lot of these other countries, in
Where did
terms
I
of
see
like
that?
supplying so much of the electric infrastructure across Africa, across Australia, and South America. I didn't know this, but like apparently they're building a BYD facility in Brazil, and then they're in talks with Canada as well, because Canada's trying to do that. I doubt they'll let Canada do it because it's too close to the U.S. Don't want to give a U.S. leg up, which is sad because I would love me a BYD,
I think
$15,000 electric car.
I think they would,
Mm-hmm.
because America. The reason why they can't sell in America, like literally,
Yeah.
I think we sanctioned
Mm.
it. They would
Yeah.
not care. I think they want that. That's all good. Just positive publicity
Yeah. True
as
that.
they take the world stage. Uh,
But yeah, they've been going wild.
uh,
But I'm like,
China, China, China. All right, we move on.
is there? Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, okay, yeah. So the So one thing I've been thinking about, right,
Hmm.
in terms of alternative economies, is the idea of. So this came when I was thinking about participating more with the RNA and trying to.
Real nigga association.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It might as well stand for that. Um, I was thinking of like, okay, what kind of systems could you set up to kind of strengthen that organization and us as a people in general, and how can you do it in a way that essentially empowers everyday people, right? Um, so one thing I was thinking of is if we had a transit system where it's a like a distributed transit system, and it can start with like air balloons and dirigibles and shit like that, airships, where every RNA kind of site, or it doesn't even have to. It could even be like just go out in the community and teach people how to do this stuff. But you basically start with like maybe you could start with like blimps or air balloons, um, producing those, and they're relatively simple to create. And then you kind of like the green book where you have like these set locations where you know it's safe for folks to go. Those can be like the landing sites, like the instead of having a whole airport for that's like a centralized location in order to do transit, you have like these distributed, kind of fields, little airfields, and it can be as simple as like somebody's backyard, but that could be a place where people, get onto these air balloons and then go on, to another place. It's slower, but if you offset that by like more people doing it in more distributed ways, I think that'll be interesting to see. But that can create like that distribution process or system where you can send resources, but also people, and it just be a more fun way to travel too.
And that's the biggest thing for you, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking,
going up in the sky, you don't got to worry about jet fuel.
I guess. I was thinking just a bus system
I
could do
mean,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
job.
I was thinking that too, but yeah, I was just thinking of like different ways to basically democratize air travel. But like I said, it could be an overall transit, so it could be with buses, it could be with eventually trains or whatever, or you can even have like a system of carpooling and things like that. But yeah,
What is there to critique here? What are you talking about, man?
I don't know. Any thoughts
It's
on
just an image of the world. Like,
it?
I think it's cool. Like, yeah, it'd be dope. Wow, nice idea, dude. Like, what? You want to make glaze? Fuck. Yeah. For me, it's just that getting to air blimps and
Hmm.
piloting them is a big investment in itself. I think,
Yeah.
and something like a bus system is probably easier
Hmm.
to get into, not just because of cost efficiency, but also skill. I wouldn't say everyone can drive a bus, so it's probably easier to drive or easier to get to know how to drive a bus than to fly a blimp. And
Hmm.
there's probably you're probably gonna want some type of air traffic control eventually,
Hmm.
if it becomes widespread idea.
Yeah.
Cause then niggas ain't gonna be sad if niggas see you doing it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's like legal. Like there's gonna be so many legal loopholes. I bet.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I gotta look more into it.
You know, stuff like that. The practicalities of it, but the imagery of it is awesome. I think it's
Hmm.
cool.
I just like to see if there's any holes I haven't thought about.
You could
Yeah,
think of the holes.
probably. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, that would be cool. But also, it could be, starting small with the buses and going from there. Fun thing.
And this is your idea to get more involvement and establish like.
It's more of a long term idea of because something they were talking about essentially was how do you create an economic system that basically supports the organization, right?
Mm,
So example of that is with the Maroons, where you know these black folks. split off, and this is what they don't tell you. I don't know if I talked about this before, but uh, they actually won their war with America and created Geechee land.
Mm. Okay.
So that actually is like their land, off the coast of on the coast of South America. I mean, not South America. Goodness, South Carolina, Georgia, things like that.
I've heard
Um,
about the Skichi Gula culture. I
yeah,
don't know much about it. Like
yeah. I
I
gotta
haven't
look
really
more
looked
into
into
it
the
too,
history.
but it's very interesting. They actually won basically their lands, and part of it, the part that helped was that they were in lands that nobody else knows how to live in. So like they call it the Great Dismal Swamp. It's like mostly swampland. So it's like, oh, you know, that's how a lot of these folks in different areas are able to. I mean, that's not the only way, but that's one of the one big element of folks being able to basically claim land for themselves in the middle of empire and stuff like that. Is that they just claim land that is seen as inhospitable.
One man's trash and another man's treasure
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah. And many people do this, around the world. You got the hill folks in I think it's like Vietnam and Korea and stuff like that. I think in some areas of China too. You got those people off in like the Amazon rainforest and the San folks in the Kalahari Desert and so on and so forth. But yeah, very interesting when I hear about those folks. Um, but yeah, they were able to produce their own products as well to support their folks, their communities, and that is one of the things that allowed them to really thrive, even after kind of separating from empire. So that was cool. So I've been thinking about, for RNA, if they're serious about this, like how do you set up they like to call it a GDP, your own gross domestic product and things like that. Personally, I want to shift away from that, but I do think the general idea is still important to consider. I have a bunch of other ideas for it too.
What's the problem with GDP?
Just I don't like the association with capitalism. Like I don't feel like just repeating the same thing but slightly better or whatever is actually much better. Um, but yeah, what else I was thinking on there? I have it written down. What am I even trying to? Let's see here. I mean, I'll keep the other ones in tuck. Still working on them. Some other thing I want to talk about is just seeing. So this weekend I went to some like a family farm where they were actually practicing a lot of the stuff I'll be talking about here in terms of the the kind of permaculture, food forest type of stuff where they, turned their yard into a food forest, and it was really really cool to see that happening for real.
Did you get to eat some food?
No, it's because it's just coming off winter,
They ain't had no food for y'all.
so the stuff was still coming back from the cold season.
They ain't real, man. They ain't real.
I mean, they had some stuff. They gave
They
us
ain't had no food
this
for
one
y'all.
thing that was used for like a aspirin, but I didn't want to eat that. I ain't bitter. But yeah, a lot of other stuff was still growing. But I definitely gonna go back over there and see as it grows in there. I want to bring y'all through too. So we're working on they got this thing called the super adobe structure, where it's basically like a spherical, almost like an igloo type of structure, right? That hemisphere type of thing. But it was showing us how to build that with clay, like Georgia clay, and it was really simple, but it's basically a good way for them for you to build like really simple homes.
Mm.
So literally just built up from the clay. Um, I mean, granted, it does use a few other things like burlap sacks. So the idea from the structure was this dude actually from Iran who was looking at you know uh, the effects of war in the area where there are a lot of structures that were destroyed, but some of the only ones that were left standing were like ovens, like their ancient ovens that their folks built decades, if not hundreds of years ago. And he was trying to see, okay, what makes these such structures so strong? So he was like, oh, okay, it's like the spherical structure as well as the materials.
Mm.
And so he tried to emulate that with the tools of war. So you know how, and especially in older war where they had like those trenches and you
Yeah.
had like the sandbags and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to use those to build housing basically. So you have like these sandbags, which instead of sand, you fill it up with clay, and then you basically just place them in this circular structure, and you build them up layer by layer until you get to however big house you want, and you put barbed wire on between each layer to keep the sacks from moving. Tamper it down so the clay becomes basically solidified and much denser, and it's like good insulation as well as good for both. Well, good insulation for both cold and heat, and then you can even like dig in like holes underground for natural AC system,
Mm.
and you can like build a Adobe oven as well in there. Have a little chimney and all that other stuff. Like it's a whole little setup. So we'll learn how to build that. Um, it is we were only there for like an hour and a half, so we didn't get super far or anything like that. But the folks I was with, they're gonna be. I think they were there today. Yeah, they're going back. Multiple days over the week, and they probably won't be done by the weekend. So they're gonna be doing more of these events, workshops over the coming weekends as well. So I'm excited to go back there and see the progress and keep working on that. But yeah, it was just really cool to see all that, man. They had so much built out, and they were only there for 5 years, but you can see like how much progress they were able to create. Like not only is it the things that they farmed and these adobe ovens and the adobe structures, but they also built like a greenhouse from scratch. They built a tool shed as well, and they're even starting a tool library. And then they got like a little chicken farm, a little goat, some goats out there, some rabbits, and they be using them to like basically keep the grass down and eat the weeds, and then fertilize the ground. So it's a whole circular system. But yeah, man, it was just to actually see all the shit I be talking about. I'm like, yeah. And he's they're one of the ones I've seen recently, but there's a lot of folks doing these sorts of things. I've heard quite a few farms here in the city, and they're not even that far. They're like 20 minutes out in Fairview. And I know there's more in the city. The other one we went to after that person's place is this lady who was literally like in the city, over by Freeside, the makerspace I'd be going to. But what's that, Mechanicsville? Something like that. But yeah, she has like a regular house, and she's just been basically farming on it. She got like actually has it classified as a farm because she's able to produce, a lot of different foods on there. So to see her system was really cool. Oh, and I gotta tell mom too what she was doing. So they have this system called damn, I forgot what it's called. But basically you put logs underneath the ground, like you dig up holes and you put logs in there, and then you plant on top of that. And what that does is allows basically the log soaks up the water when you water it, so you don't have to water as much
Mm.
because it would just hold that water in there. And they did this like a year or two ago, and even today you can see in the ground like where they put those logs, and there's a whole lot more plants growing in those areas.
Cool.
So yeah, it really works. I gotta tell mom about that because that could be a great way, so she don't have to pull up the water bill trying to water the things during the
Yeah.
summer and stuff like that.
It's a lot of digging.
Yeah, but
It's a lot of digging.
mm-hmm.
Do this hard Georgia clay.
I probably ask these folks for borrow they shovels and shit like that. You have folks come through and help. Cause that's the whole thing. Is like we just volunteering to help each other out with the different labor and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be willing to check it out for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure.
Cool shit. Doing some land handling. I'll let you know. I think one of the next workshops, not the next one coming up, but the one after that, we're doing biochar. You might like that, like
Yeah, I saw where you going there.
burning some stuff to see.
You just think I want to see the world burn. I'm not that into fire.
It's good stuff. Yeah,
Okay, that sounds cool. Is
yes,
this
sir.
the same thing as when you were saying that there's like a full day thing?
Full day.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot this back. I forgot the specifics of what you said.
Mm.
But it was something on the weekend, or maybe a Friday or Saturday, Friday, Saturday. He was like, it's a full day thing, and I was like, man, I don't know about being locked in the whole time socially.
Oh, um, probably yeah. The farm, yeah. So the farm they do for this to build up the super dope structure. Like it's like an all day type of thing. So they start around 9 and around 5. I wish it did a little longer just so I could pull up after work, but understandable to be there all day. So yeah, it's relatively simple work, but it is work. That's it for me right there.
You got any music stuff?
Um, Not particularly. I think there's been some like one-off things. I heard the new Ti song.
Have you been paying attention to this moon, the second landing?
Oh yeah, the NASA.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't land on the moon this time. So this
Oh.
one was just a flyby because they're
Uh,
practicing with the whole process. It's pretty interesting too. They basically when they took off, they what do you call it? Slingshotted around the Earth first, get that speed up, and then flew by the moon for the backside of the moon, the dark side of the moon, and came back down.
I've been seeing pictures where apparently the moon got color on it.
Got color on it.
Yeah, like pinks and blues and shit.
Oh,
I'll probably look into it more.
yeah, I gotta look into it. I haven't seen the pictures.
And something crazy is that they're playing a Denzel Curry song on their re-landing.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
It was one with him and the Gorillas. I forgot what it was called.
Uh huh. They had a black guy on the team.
Yeah, I saw his daughter doing a TikTok dance.
Oh Lord.
Oh, my dad flew around the moon.
Okay.
Fucking loser.
That's crazy.
And they just roll the dice hella good, bro.
Yeah. But
My dad's an astronaut. Yeah. My dad shattered his back moving an industrial fridge at McDonald's. How about that?
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
I worked for goddamn years. Had to
God
pick up the
damn.
shellac. Oh gosh.
God damn.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. There, so this one was a flyby. I think in a couple months, I think it is, or a year, or something like that. I don't know. But the next mission, I think they're gonna land, and the mission after that, they're gonna start building a moon base, which is pretty cool. But
Is it?
yeah, I think so. I honestly think
What
we
they
should
doing
be
up there?
doing.
What
more
they
stuff in space.
what they mooning up there? What they moon basing for?
You can add because you can have a whole like industry up there without it affecting Earth's ecosystem.
So all the billionaires go up there to molest children or something.
Well, if they go up there, ain't no children. That's the
Oh,
thing.
for now.
They go molest each other. Also,
For now.
fuck off and leave us alone.
Bro, I do not trust it.
Yeah, I don't trust
Maybe
it.
maybe I've become too paranoid in that sense, but
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine like with the way Jeff Bezos was
Yeah.
doing that. What was it? Where he was like sending people to like the orbit.
Hotel. Yeah, they're trying to do like a hotel up there for rich people.
That don't sound like some Epstein shit.
Yeah, that would be some fucked up shit. They bring kids up there. That would be insane.
Doing whatever they want.
Yeah, it does frustrate me a lot because there is a lot of value in terms of like helping everyday people that you can have with like space industry. But of course, because of the fucked up world we live in, as soon as they heard, oh, NASA going to the moon, the goddamn stock shot up for all the startups doing some dumb shit, related to space. And why I say that is because most of them startups are not actually doing good work. There's maybe like one or two actually doing something interesting, trying to clean up like the space debris. But most of them are doing some stupid shit. Like there's this one startup trying to fucking, I think I talked about this before, trying to put up mirrors in space so that you can have sunlight at night. Like what?
I saw
Nigga,
something.
Go to bed.
Yeah,
Turn on the goddamn grow light.
I don't think you mentioned that, but I saw a video of it where there's like you send your coordinates and you get like a flashlight that'll beam down from space.
Yeah. I was like, what? It's the dumbest shit ever, man. Not only is it fucking up the ecosystem, but it's like it's a waste of goddamn energy.
Of everything.
Of everything. Like
just pure waste.
Like what?
Just get a flashlight.
Get a goddamn man. They were talking about, oh, it can increase the efficiency of nighttime farming and shit. I'm like, man, nigga, if you don't
Floodlights.
golly, man, I hate these people.
Not that nighttime farming has to be a thing.
And
right?
you know what's crazy is that there is actually an interesting use case for beaming energy down, but like it's energy, not like the sun, not like sunlight. Like you can actually get solar panels in space and then create that electricity and beam that electricity down, and that can create like a lot more power. But for some reason, these niggas talking about fucking light pollution and shit.
It's the same thing that happened with the AI thing, where it's just,
Yeah,
now you're selling the aesthetic, and you're just trying to find something to flip a profit.
because doing the actual thing is too much hard work. So they gotta. That's the thing with capitalism. You do the least possible thing to get the profits. Another thing some other startup was trying to do was throw up a bunch of chemicals in the air to try and bring the temperature of the earth down so you can slow down global warming.
Wow, that doesn't seem risky.
Right. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, just stop producing oil and shit, man. Dude, producing methane. Like, we already know from the pandemic that if you stop for just a few months, the earth will
Nigga,
recover
it was just
itself.
a few weeks.
Just a few weeks.
And
That's
the
all you
animals
need,
was like,
man.
wow, I forgot we existed on this planet.
I'm like, it's insane, man. These people fucking disgusting.
This is so funny to me because you're ready to wind down.
I realize that I am powered by spite and like hate half the time, but I'm trying to cover it up with hope. But these people really do make me so mad. I just kind of put that anger inside. But yeah, I think there was even another one that was trying to. It may be the sunlight one, but I don't know. They was trying to put a whole bunch of like micro satellites up there and everything like this. No, I think that's related to the fucking Musk Starlink. He's trying to do 1,000 or thousands of satellites up in space to beam down internet everywhere.
It's funny how they always reference like science fiction as their inspiration.
Yeah,
but they ignore all like the dystopian.
they ignore the actual cultural element of what the sci-fi was trying to tell you.
Yeah, it's like
they built the torment nexus for please don't build the torment nexus. That mean
What happened? Like they
Yeah.
build horrors beyond their own comprehension, and
Uh-huh.
like, oh,
I can't
but we
believe
did
this has
it.
happened.
It's like they act like everything is just infinite. I
Mm-hmm.
could fill up how much space I want to fill. I could use whatever I want to use up. It's like
Yeah.
you've seen the literature
Yeah.
that inspired you.
Uh-huh.
You just refuse to learn from it. You just want to foment the same cycles.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've been. There's a few albums that came out, but I feel like they didn't give me what I thought they were gonna give me. Elmin,
Oh, man.
you probably heard me play his music before. He's like a neo soul R&B dude.
Okay.
Real smooth, real cool. But I feel like his album just didn't hit like I wanted it to.
Mm.
I'm gonna give it another listen. Hopefully, it inspires better feelings. It inspires. Ray dropped an album.
Ray Vaughn?
No,
Oh.
UK singer. You probably heard her before.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great vocalist. Her album seems pretty cool. I've only listened to it once. It has a lot of like theatrical feels to it.
Oh, cool.
It seemed really cool. Sometimes I feel like she kind of reminds me of Taylor Swift
Oh.
in the sense of how I guess she talks about men.
Mm.
And I get it. I get it. I'm sure you're a normal person who dates men, and therefore you have to deal with men, which means that you got all these crazy situations, or you got to deal with all these toxic dudes and like heartbreak and this and that.
Yeah.
I just found it. I was like, I skipped a song. Just I was like, I don't care about this nigga.
Mm.
When you talk, I don't know. Maybe that's unfair, but sometimes I just, why would I care? Like she has this one. I don't even like the title of it, like South London Boy or something like.
Mm.
Bro, talk about you, bro. I don't care about this nigga. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
partly me not having a romantic life. I
Mm-hmm.
imagine where certain things is like, bro, what we doing?
Yeah. I always wonder how many people relate to those types of songs.
I'm sure there's a bunch of
Unfortunately, a
normal
lot. Yeah.
people who are like, oh yeah, great.
It's interesting.
Beware the South London lover boy.
Mm.
There's something I don't know. Is it cringy because I'm a man? Is it cringy because of the lifestyle I live? Or is it just cringy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Uh, there was someone else who dropped that I was looking forward to. Now I feel like I was kind of unwowed by. Let me see if I have my list still. I mean, that hasn't dropped yet. I'm looking forward to Ti. I don't know. I forgot what it was. Maybe I'll find it throughout the week. But something that has me excited. Have you heard?
What?
Isaiah Rashad is dropping next month,
Oh,
May
snap.
1st. It's
Finally
been
coming out the
awful.
woodwork.
It's been 5 years once again.
Yeah.
But he's outside. He's ready to go. I think he's dropping a single this Friday.
Okay.
And we'll see what the vibe's like. I don't think he's ever dropped the album that disappointed me. Never, actually. Um, I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Isaiah Rashad like that?
Not. I mean, I'm not a. I haven't really looked heavy into this stuff. It's all right to me, but probably check more of his stuff out.
On the TD roster, it's Kendrick. No, the old roster is Kendrick, Q, then him for me.
Mm. Interesting. Yeah, I gotta look back into him.
Yep. I think that is it. I don't think anything else popped off. I don't think anything else interested me like that. There's probably something I was going to speak about with KRS-One.
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 What are you doing?
Nothing bad. It was about the different ways that people are speaking about the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, from Jay-Z to J.
That's some
Cole
bullshit.
versus people who are in battles but won their battles or are just in that sort of more boom bap rooted side of the culture. And it's just night and day a lot. There's none of this. Oh, I wish Drake was. I hope Drake comes back. Oh, Drake didn't deserve all that. It wasn't. Oh, look at we're too far past rap at this point. It was none of that. It was none of that bullshit. It's just like they speak. KRS-One especially kind of spoke to the deeper cultural influence of Drake and the watering down of certain things. And I gotta relook through the speech because it's been like a week since I looked that up. But it was interesting.
They actually understood the assignment. What was going on?
A good amount of them do. They're just not. They're just not the bigger voices, you know.
Yeah, it's all like I knew Jay-Z was a
he seems a bit of a shill.
Yeah.
In this sense, at least.
Yeah.
Did you watch that interview?
No, hell no.
But you saw people talk about it?
Yeah. The company man and all that. They were doing a whole breakdown.
One thing was like, I never took advantage of anybody.
So fucking dumb shit, bro. The most. I don't know if he was straight up lying or if he's just that obtuse. I don't know.
I don't know. Probably both.
Yeah, that's the thing with folks like him is like, are they just deluding themselves, or do they seriously like? I don't know. Are they playing this Malthusian game?
Malthusian game?
Yeah, I was just like this.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, Machiavellian.
Tired. Malthusian.
But yeah, I don't know if they're trying to manipulate the thing the
public perception.
Yeah,
probably.
It's just that obtuse, but yeah.
I don't know. Some people bite into it.
Of course.
Some of them just woefully uneducated. Like Mark Lamont Hill was having a discussion on Joe Budden's podcast. Them niggas was googling socialism on the couch and try to argue with him.
That shit is hilarious, man. I'm just like, oh, leave.
Hey, man. I think sometimes he has to do like the Zoran Mamdani, where it's like you gotta kind of you realize the circle you're in, and you gotta soften certain points and play the game here or there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm glad he's there and doing the work he's doing because so many are just woefully uneducated.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's helping?
This is the same thing with what you told me with last week with Hassan Piker. I'm like, hopefully, I can't.
I just mean like
niggas.
based on what you've seen with like, because I don't watch the podcast, but based on what you've seen
on the podcast,
I think respond and stuff like
for
that.
sure. It inspires them to have deeper conversations, and when he has his pushback that's backed by years of research and knowledge, they have to grapple with things in a different way. And they'll come back later on and be like, oh, okay, I got it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, definitely every time Jay-Z opened his mouth, I'm just like, man.
The other thing he said, he was the one who said that at this point in time, I don't know if we need rap beefs. I feel like we're past that.
So it made no damn sense, man.
And to me, that just sounds like you shucking and jiving, trying to keep up like this air of respectability for the white folks.
Yeah.
While at the same time, you are the most prolific sneak disser in rap history. Silly
buddy.
silly guy. I don't know, man. It's just funny seeing
people who lost trying to save face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a damn mess.
Boom, boom. All right. What time? We ready to call it?
Yeah.
I could probably find another thing you ain't ready to call it.
We call it. I feel like I had one more thing, but no, it's fine. We can call it. I need to get to bed. Well, really, I'm probably gonna work on one more thing and then get to bed. But all right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.